What is up, everybody? I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. There has been a ton of information to come out recently, so I'm going to hop right into it. First and foremost, today, Russian banks planning to switch to China's card payment system after MasterCard and Visa halted operations. Now, the MasterCard and Visa news we were alluded to last week, but the switching to China's card payment system is newer information, and this is dealing directly with UnionPay. Now, there are interesting ties with UnionPay because UnionPay is essentially tied into a platform called Novatti. Novatti is on-demand liquidity / XRP enabled, and we can see. I'm not going to try to allude to the fact that Russia, by utilizing UnionPay, is going to be utilizing XRP. But what I am going to do is present to you interesting timelines and factual evidence for connections that do exist. Again, do your own due diligence and research and look up these things. But essentially switching to UnionPay after MasterCard and Visa suspended. Now, this is Sberbank utilizing the UnionPay system in conjunctions with the domestic payment system in Russia, which is the Mir payment system. We'll dive a little bit deeper into that, but I also saw this, and this is Russia's denying that it's about to cut itself off from the global internet, but it's acting a lot like it. This unverified document, essentially, that's circulating from Andrei Chernenko, Russia's deputy digital minister, demanding that Russian state-owned websites and online portals beef up their security by Friday this week, essentially giving 5 days to change the domains to a .ru, I believe. And there's a lot of different things we can think about with this. I mean, I don't know, because we talk about kind of the Cold War from the cyber aspect, and maybe this is where this leads up. Maybe there's nothing to this, but certainly trying to pay attention to everything. Before I hop into the UnionPay kind of relationships, I did want to say, because I've never pandered to any of you for listening to this channel, I've never pandered to anybody on Twitter. I've been very careful about relationships that are incentivized from a monetary aspect that I've taken on in this space. And some of you may know that I have just decided to go full-time crypto. That has a lot to do with all of you. I never expected to be in this position in my life, and I want to say thank you to all of the supporters that watch this channel, to all of the supporters that follow me on Twitter, on Patreon, everything. But I have taken an affiliate role within iTrust Capital. Liquid Marketplace is another one, and I'm potentially going to be doing a third one with a platform to be announced. And I've been very careful with taking these things for a reason, because as many of you may know, I think that it's all, if people are going to use a business model for themselves where they're going to show something and get paid just to show something, that's fantastic. But I really believe in sustainability in this market. And iTrust Capital, they deal in individual retirement accounts with cryptocurrency. They deal in individual retirement accounts dealing in precious metals as well. As this relationship develops with iTrust, I will certainly present you guys news. I think I have 60 seconds that I'll be doing a week, so I'm not going to try to overload videos with it. But as they develop and as they announce things within their platform, I'm certainly going to be presenting them. But I don't want to make it like, an ad for the sake of an ad. I've tried formulating relationships that I believe deal in sustainability and, that have synergies with the way that my mind works and, where this market goes. And I certainly believe that having the accessibility within a retirement account aspect to deal in digital assets is extremely important. And it's going to be the norm moving forward. So, and last but not least with this, I mean, my grandfather passed away, and I actually thought that my previous employer had sent me a gift basket for that. And I've been, it was iTrust, and I was honestly a little bit taken aback because I had just made that relationship with them. So I'll lead you guys through this a tiny bit as I do videos moving forward. But they have institutional grade custody, Fireblocks. I believe they have. They are associated with Coinbase as well. And they just did another fundraise, $125 million, pushing the valuation over $1 billion to expand their ecosystem and for strategic acquisitions. So certainly look into iTrust. The link will be in the description of this, and I look forward to working with them and moving forward. Again, if it bothers you that content is within a video, you can always skip forward in the video, but I suggest at least going and taking a look at the platform because I do believe that individual retirement accounts dealing in digital assets and precious metals are certainly going to be the standard moving forward, and I'm glad to be associated with iTrust. All right, so again, Russian banks planning to switch to China's card payment system. All right, so this deals in UnionPay, all right? So now I want to kind of present this. So this is Novatti, okay? This is 23rd of November, 2020. And timing of these things is always very interesting to me. So UnionPay Merchant Acquiring Partnership. This is a new comprehensive partnership formed with UnionPay back in November of 2020 for merchant acquiring. This provides UnionPay customers with access to Novatti's merchant and transaction services across Australia. China Payments is also integrated into UnionPay for bill payment services. Now, when I say timing is interesting, I say timing is interesting because this is a 9th of April 2021 document talking about the Ripple partnership being live in the Philippines. Then it deals very much so into all of the kind of the utility aspects within RippleNet. It talks about XRP, but it talks about a new partnership with Ripple, which was signed in December of 2020 to provide Novatti's fintech customers with access to all of the capabilities that are mentioned above. Ripple uses its decentralized global financial network, RippleNet, to provide its partners with the ability to process global payments instantly, as well as providing access to emerging high-growth capabilities, such as blockchain and the digital asset XRP, a top 5 global cryptocurrency currently valued at more than $40 billion. Obviously, this is back in 2021, but pay attention to the time frame here. So they signed this new partnership December 2020, literally weeks after the UnionPay merchant acquiring partnership. Just find it a little bit interesting, and we do see that on-demand liquidity is utilized through Novatti. Now, delving a little bit deeper into UnionPay, because we keep talking about the potential for circumventing sanctions, utilizing digital assets or blockchain from Russia. Now, Russia put out a tweet today essentially saying that, the Kremlin had put out a list of countries that were unfriendly to Russia. Well, guess what countries were not present in that unfriendly list? All of the BRICS countries, okay? So you've got you've got Brazil, you've got India, you've got China, and you've got South Africa. And those were not mentioned as being unfriendly. Now, UnionPay is one of the heavy hitters within the blockchain service network. The blockchain services network is deeply integrated into China. It's essentially their blockchain network that is going to, it's going to kind of go to battle with the current system. And it's easy to see why they're innovating so quickly, because I'll get into that in a second here with the United States, but we can see very much so here. Some of the main partners of the blockchain service network include China Mobile and China UnionPay. Okay, access to the wide acceptance. Now, what I found interesting within this as well, there was a joint venture started that is called Finance Gateway Information Services Company or Corporation. And now this is between SWIFT and the People's Bank of China, Digital Currency Research Institute. While the exact motive of this company remains unclear, public records only state plans for information system aggregation, data processing, and technology consulting. Shareholders of Finance Gateway Information Services, now again, this is between SWIFT and PBOC, People's Bank of China's Digital Currency Research Institute, include Cross-Border Interbank Payment System, which is CIPS, and the Payment and Clearing Association of China, both supervised by People's Bank of China. Very, very interesting. The PBOC partnership with the world's largest payment clearing company in the CBDC arena signals China's intent to popularize its digital yuan for cross-border use. So Finance Gateway Information Services is certainly something that we should be looking into. This just came out 4 or 5 days ago, so this is why all of this is important, okay? This is from the Hoover Institution. This is digital currencies of the U.S., China, and the world at a crossroads. Now, what they talk about, their recommendations here, and I will, I always say I'll post these things. I will definitely post this one. Recommendations. The United States should embrace the opportunity to shape the future digital economy. In particular, it should pursue 3 key priorities. First, the U.S. should move quickly to determine the appropriate nature and role of digital currencies within the U.S. economy. Secondly, the United States should attempt to prevent the digital yuan from undermining U.S. geo-economic and strategic influence, which derives in significant part from the dominance of the U.S. dollar in the global economy. The phraseology still exists. If the U.S. sneezes based on dollar dominance, the entire world catches a cold, right? We know that China, and I would argue that the entirety of BRICS is certainly probably not overly enthusiastic about the role that the U.S. dollar has played historically in global finance, and they certainly want a larger slice of the cake. So all of this stuff is really, really fascinating, and it kind of leads me additionally to look into things like Hyperchain. And now Hyperchain is an initiative out of Hangzhou in China as well, and they are deeply integrated into the government. They have patents talking about Polkadot, patents talking about Hedera Hashgraph. You can kind of run the gambit with it. I did a video somewhere here. You know what? I will post a link to the video that I did about Hangzhou, Hyperchain, those patents, and UnionPay is directly tied into Hyperchain as well. So we've got Russia essentially utilizing, or we're being led to believe that UnionPay's card system is going to be utilized by Russia. We've got UnionPay tied into Novatti. We've got Novatti having direct access into on-demand liquidity. We've got Novatti partnering with UnionPay a couple of weeks prior to the Ripple partnership, talking about accessibility into that. Now, again, I am not trying to allude to the fact that Russia or UnionPay is going to be utilizing XRP. I'm just trying to present what I've found. And timelines are always interesting to me as well. We can see light crude oil futures, kind of just exploding today. And this kind of leads me to this. This is from Gold Telegraph. Now, this is actually an announcement. Spanish banking multinational Santander has launched loans in Argentina collateralized with tokenized commodities. They are tokenizing commodities. We know it's potentially going to be happening with wheat, with soy, with corn right now. And now Santander is obviously old school Ripple, one of the oldest partners. Spanish banking multinational has partnered with AgroToken. Now, this AgroToken platform deals very much so in digital assets backed by grain. We talk about the tokenization of everything. They are certainly tokenizing everything. And however they make that, however they frame that to the mass populace, deals in a multitude of different things that are going to be going on in the world. Again, I don't want to get too deep into that, but it's very interesting because we always talk about digital assets, distributed ledger technology, the utility kind of swallowing or consuming pretty much everything else. This is just one more aspect within this. So Santander utilizing AgroToken to tokenize commodities. And man, it's crazy because every single day we just have more and more and more and more information. This is Eleanor Tourette, certainly works at Fox, talking about even the staff at the SEC aren't confident that they will win the case against Ripple. A source close to the SEC tells me that Hester is obviously the SEC commissioner, expressing privately that she thinks the SEC will not get the outcome that it is looking for. And we've got Jeremy Hogan, who is, him and John Deaton, James Filan, certainly kind of the stewards of the XRP community from the legal purview in this space, and they've just done amazing work. I mean, I don't know if those guys sleep or not, but certainly humbled and proud and glad to have them within this community. Jeremy essentially stating that his best guess is that settlement may come in April or May, and we know that could extrapolate out potentially all the way into prior to November. A lot of the XRP, I said I had a lot today, I do have a lot. A lot of the XRP community, a lot of the community as a whole is kind of into Phoenix Community Capital as well. I certainly am also. And looking at the price action in the chart right now, I mean, if you look at kind of levels of support, now it's interesting because you can obviously shift to the daily, and it's on the 50 EMA right now, directly on the 50 EMA on the daily. So maybe we have a little bit of a bounce back. But I've been consistently looking, not even at this $455 range, really kind of the biggest level of consolidation with price action is right around that $336 range, $335. This is not financial advice, but I've been keeping track of the chart. Worst case scenario would be 142, but we've even seen with things like strong block and stuff like that, and I know that's kind of a taboo topic in the XRP community in this space, but I participate in strong block as well. I'm trying to participate in as many passive income streams as possible. strong block kind of hit that 150, 160 level or whatever it was, and it bounced back today. That's not to say that that's the bottom. That's not to say that it's going to go to the moon with strong. I'm just, stating what I've seen. I'm interested in this 340 range. I'm certainly interested in the 455 range as well. And these are all just levels of prior resistance that have become support. And the longer that those levels stay at those levels leads me to believe that maybe we have to revisit those levels before another wave up. Maybe not. We'll see what happens. But just wanted to give a tiny bit of an update on that. Moving forward, looking at Bitcoin, I saw a good video today. I'm not affiliated with Crypto Crew University whatsoever, but this dude has been putting in work forever. He certainly has his own courses as well. He's monetized himself. He's done well in this space, but he, in my opinion, doesn't necessarily pander to people. He's called a lot of things, so I try to watch as many different people as I can in this space. And I watch this guy as well. He's talking about the Gaussian channel on the 5-day chart. And, just massive opportunities as far as potential buys or potential buying opportunities or potentially dollar cost averaging yourself into a position. Now, if Bitcoin drops below key levels and it's a potentially a decent buying opportunity, imagine the opportunity with all of these other assets that, in my opinion, have more utility. Again, this is not financial advice. And I also believe, look into Bitcoin.com I got from Crypto Crew University. There's a ton of tools within here. I don't like using one metric from a charting aspect. I certainly use things like TradingView. But, you can look at the Gaussian channel on the 5-day and look at the buying opportunities that's presented in the past. But I would say, do that, but then also familiarize yourself with some of these other tool sets. This is look into Bitcoin.com. Again, kudos and shout out to Crypto Crew University. You've got the 2-year moving average multiplier. I like the golden ratio multiplier as well. We can see historically here, anytime we break below the lowest fib levels or the lowest golden ratio levels, it's potentially been a great opportunity, but that doesn't mean that we've had true capitulation and that's the true bottom yet. Man, I hope this video is valuable for you guys. I'm trying to do these more consistently. Again, I will with the iTrust. I'm certainly proud to be an affiliate within iTrust, and I believe that individual retirement accounts dealing in cryptocurrency and digital assets are going to be the norm as far as how people operate moving forward within this space, because digital assets are going to swallow everything. I'm not going to sit here and make it super advertisement-y, because that's not necessarily the way that I do business. But as they develop and as they grow, I will certainly present mechanisms and aspects within their platform that are interesting to me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Pay attention to UnionPay, pay attention to Novatti, pay attention to what's going on with the internet. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. It's almost impossible to keep track of it all. I hope that I can present a tiny, tiny bit of valuable information. Even if one piece of information that I present is valuable to one person, I will consider my job as being a success. And I'm glad to be here with you guys on more of a full-time basis. I will talk to you guys when I talk to you. Have a great day out there and stay safe, everyone. Later.